everybody, Dan here from Pack Rim. We are live coming to you on Instagram, and today we're at the beautiful, wonderful Central City, aka Red Racer Brewery Tours here in Surrey, BC. As you can see, the size of this brewery is huge. Not a lot of people know how big these guys actually are. I do love it that they lovingly nicknamed this place the Death Star. So, but I tell you what, we're gonna go through a little tour, and then we're gonna go to the tasting table, and we're gonna sample a couple of new beers that they just brewed. So come on, let's come on in.
Okay. I had no idea how massive these guys were.
So very big. They're in kind of an industrial area, kind of on the north part of Surrey, basically just so they can have the room to do it. But come on in.
This is their cold room.
And so as you walk in, they basically have this retail area here. As you can see, here's the wonderful Red Racer Parallel 49 mix pack, which we started sampling the other day. If you guys saw on our Friday show, we will sample it again this Friday on our show. But as you walk in, so here's the retail area. But let's quickly go over into the cocktail mixing area.
Look at this
here's
space.
The wonderful area now with
Poor connection. Oh, now you're back. You're back. You're back.
We're back. We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But of course, Central City.
Keep going.
Of course, Central City doesn't just have. I'm not on Wi-Fi. Yeah. They don't just have beers, but they have spirits as well. They do a Queensborough gin, and then they also do their whiskey as well. So they have a bit of a tasting room back here. And as you can see, they do lots of different varieties of their gins and whiskeys as well. And here you can check out their sampling and their tasting room.
Cool. Let's go take a look.
Let's take a look.
So the cool thing about these guys is they've won a lot of awards, and we're going to show you a couple.
And so, guys, these are just their awards.
For some reason, we're having issues with the connection here, but go ahead, Danny boy.
And as you can see, do a quick sweep of the medals there.
Sure. Queensborough Gin, killing it. Lohan McKinnon Whiskey. They've won a lot of medals for their stuff. Quite impressive.
And so another cool thing here, which I just noticed, you guys see all these different bottles down below. A lot of these are actually the ingredients that go into their award-winning gin.
Ah, super cool. All right, let's go back into the main room, buddy.
All right, let's go back into the retail room. You can imagine coming down here, during the weekend when they're super busy. Big thing for these guys is road cycling, which you can see before, because this is a kind of a popular area to do road cycling through, so they have a lot of people stopping and having a quick beer there as well.
Right on.
First and foremost, you saw a couple of awards for their spirits hanging off the bar. Here's for their beer. Unbelievable, unprecedented.
Holy fuck.
Twice these guys have won Brewery of the Year in Canada. Twice in the last 5 years, which they've won. And then you take a look at all their British Columbia awards up top, all their Canadian-wide awards down below, more Canadian awards. I'm not going to bother going through all of them, but basically these guys are some of the biggest medalists that you can find in British Columbia.
Yep. One sec, Dan. I'm just going to scope these out.
Sure.
So we've got the World Beer Cup. We've got gold and a variety of the BC Awards, World Beer Awards. It's just insane. They've got them everywhere. Everywhere you look, more things. Okay.
Just taking a quick look at their products here. You're taking about their tanker hard iced tea. They've got some more iced tea, hoppy mad cider, a whole bunch of different varieties of it as well. Moving into some seasonals, they got pumpkin ale. I'm gonna have to pick one of those up. I do love my pumpkin ales. As you can see here is there, which we've looked at before. They did a across the nation collaboration for Canada's 150th birthday. These are in 6-packs, so you got one West pack, one East pack, and these were mainly done for the market in Eastern Canada to do out of the LCBO. We've got some raspberry. We've got their big currants and their sour.
These are cool. Let's take a look.
Now going on to... Now coming around here, this is their kind of tried, tested, and true. This is their Red Racer series. This is what you can find across Asia right now. It's going to be in Thailand very soon. It landed yesterday in Singapore. It is going to be in China and in about 1 month as well. So very soon, certainly over the next year, you're going to find this in most markets across Asia. Red Racer series, their Amber Ale, White Ale, Pilsner, their Pale Ale. We've got their ISA packs. another variety of IPA, and then their piece de resistance here. This is the Red Racer IPA. This is the one, if you go on ratebeer.com, it is consistently held at about a 98 rating on ratebeer.com. One of the highest rated beers in the world is coming in. Check it out.
Where are we now, Dan?
Now we are moving over to the tasting room,
Cool.
where we have pre-ordered, hopefully something. And what are we getting today?
Getting raspberries, more stout, mango IPA, and forest lemon.
Lovely. Lovely. Let's
We
try
gotta
it
do
out.
some tastings. We're trying something a little different today, something that's not normally on the Red Racer menu. So we gotta try some new stuff.
Cool.
In the
Take a look.
meantime, we can do a pour shot, or why don't we go over and take a look at the nice, squeaky clean brewery?
Sure, buddy. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a swag.
Head through to the swag. Just talked
Swag
about
shop.
the big cycling community. You can see you can buy cycling uniforms here. They're wonderful whiskeys. They're growlers, sweaters, whatever you need. It's all swag.
And this is what a lot of people might really, really love here.
And here's the beautiful brewery.
Look at this thing, man.
If memory serves me right, I think this was built about 6-7 years ago. You can see here, this is probably the distillery,
Yeah.
right in the front. Everything beautiful, squeaky clean. Maybe one of these days we'll actually do a tour all the way through the brewery, and we can bring you along with us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Okay, Danny boy, what are we drinking?
Back to the beers.
Back to the beers.
So we're actually here for a meeting today with the VP of Sales, Darren Medwig, and like all my meetings, I like to have 4 quick beers before I go in for a meeting.
Not a bad strategy, buddy.
Just to get loose.
Nice.
You know? Why
Nice.
not?
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive space.
That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it goes this way.
Lovely. Thanks. Was it Kayla?
Yes.
Kayla, we're big fans of you.
Kayla.
Thanks, Kayla. Alrighty, here we go, Danny boy.
All right. First of all, I gotta say I like their flights. Easy to carry. Sometimes these things can be quite nerve-wracking. So first, we're gonna go with a raspberry wheat. And Kayla, sorry, is this one you guys regularly do, or is this a seasonal? You regularly doing the raspberry wheat? Okay. I think we have to add this to the menu.
Alrighty.
I think a raspberry wheat might do well in places like Singapore and Hong Kong.
Give me a little taste, bud.
I'm sorry, I'm a little sick right now, but I certainly get those raspberry notes, and it's not that kind of sweet candy raspberry that you get. It's actually more of that tart raspberries, and we're in an area right now where a lot of certainly Western Canada's raspberries are grown. I know a lot is done in Abbotsford, which is just a few kilometers down the road. So,
What do you think, bud?
that one's very nice. It's easy. It's not as tart as you would think it would be. It certainly has that wheat. I'm going to relate this to Postmark's raspberry.
Okay.
Now, Postmark's raspberry is not a wheat, but if they did do a wheat, this has that same distinct kind of British Columbia raspberry flavor to it. I think it's something that it would be very nice on a nice hot sunny day on a patio.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's a great one. That'll be a summer favorite for me. Next, we have a s'more stout. We're going to switch it up a little bit from a raspberry wheat to a s'more stout.
All right.
Not very big on the nose. And there it is. It's got a really cool marshmallow hit right off the bat, actually, and then it follows up with that kind of burnt malty flavor that you would expect from a nice stout. That one's cool. That one really, you get a sweet and then that bitter burnt on the end. So I can see why they call it a s'more, because a lot of times when you're roasting a marshmallow, you take it a little bit too far and it gets a little too burnt at the end. So that's really cool. I love it when beers call themselves something like a s'more or something like that, but it really does have that flavor, and it gives you all those kind of cool memories going back to camping or whatever those memories bring back. So,
Right.
that one for me, that was a great one. I really enjoyed that.
Cool.
Next one, we have a mango IPA.
So for everybody just joining, this is where we are. We're at Central City. It's a massive brewery out here in Surrey, and supported and trying some breweries before our quarterly meetings. Go ahead, Dan.
It's a shame when you show up to breweries early and you have to sit down and try a bunch of different beers. So, next here we've got a mango IPA. This is more of a seasonal for them. Yeah, big mango hits right off the bat. You get that sweet mango and that bitter hop right off the bat.
Is that Pacific Northwest in a glass?
It's not. Everyone at home watching and why you asked that, I tend to say everything's Pacific Northwest in a glass. This is not. You get that that mango sweetness kind of the bottom. It's weird. It's kind of at the bottom of your tongue. If you know that kind of perfect kind of mango flavor, and it really is that mango flavor, but it's really balanced by really heavy bitterness of a hop that you get there.
Lovely.
Interesting one. Not a lot of malt. It's certainly kind of fruit forward and hop forward. That one, not a big malty kind of flavor in there.
Cool.
Really interesting. Next we have Thor's Hammer.
This is a big one, guys. It's a barley wine beer.
This is a big one, and we're going to be picking up a couple of these and taking it home. This is one that, if you saw over the metal chest over there, this one's won a lot of awards. I believe it only comes in 650 mils. I don't even know if it comes in kegs. I don't think this would be a keg beer.
Nope.
650 ml bottles, and that's it. So
It might be kegged for the restaurant. But...
yeah, big hit of malt right off the bat. Wow, that's something you have and don't drive home. Barley wine, 100%. Wow, that. For anyone trying something like this out there and trying the series that they put out here, don't expect it to taste like any other beer you've ever had. So that is more. That's almost like a balance between beer and wine or beer and port. Really big alcohol flavors right off the bat. Big on the malty side. It also has big hops and a lot of big flavor basically all around it. No sweetness to it. Has like I would say a whiskey kind of backing to it.
Barreled.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely you taste that to it. This is something for me that you would drink in a glass about this big.
Yeah.
And really take your time with it. So I won't be doing any shots with it today. But.
Okay, buddy. Well, everybody, we're just signing off from Central City, a lovely brewery out in Surrey. Available throughout Asia, so look for it, ask for it, and we will see you soon.